right, we are at 5 o'clock. This is a monthly, I call it Zoom Tunes session. It's essentially a slow jam. I play the music very slowly, and I do answer questions, and I do take requests, and I do sometimes throw in some teaching moments. So anything is open for any of that. I do record this. You should all have gotten a notification that the recording is on. And I post that to my website and also send a link to that out, usually Thursday or Friday of the same week of the Zoom session. There are a number of people that can't join me. They email me and say, "Oh, I can't be there. Can I do the Zoom? Can I see the recording?" So I try to make sure the recording is good. As I said earlier, everyone who comes in is automatically muted. So if something is off or you have a question, please unmute yourself and shout it out. There are a lot of new people in here tonight, and I really appreciate that. It's really wonderful to see new folks joining in. And I'll just point out again, if you have a question, if you have a problem, please unmute and shout it out. It's hard for me, especially if I'm in the middle of playing. I'm not looking at the screen, so I can't see if you've raised your hand or done anything like that. Okay. I do like to do a tuning check at the very beginning of each session. I try to tune my dulcimer before I play it every single time. It's not just because the dulcimer goes out, it's that it helps my ear learn what the correct tuning should be. So it's just something I do all the time. So starting with the bass string, the string that is farthest away from you and thickest on the dulcimer, that is approximately a D3, meaning the D below middle C on a piano. Okay, you good with that? Thumbs up. Yay! Moving on to the middle string, the A. Oh, that needs to go up a little bit. Oh, that's a little too far. That's the one thing I dislike about this particular dulcimer. It's a little, there we go. Okay. So that's, again, the A. It's also an A3, the A below middle C on the keyboard. Thumbs up if we think we're there. All right. And D on the melody string. That's the string closest to you. And that should go up a little bit. Tiny, 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 tiny bit. Come on. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. Woohoo! I know what I'm doing here. There. We good with that? Thumbs up? All right. Cool. So I also like to usually start with a couple of intro tunes. I am going to go ahead and share my screen with the music on it. I do that. And then I also try to remember for each song to unshare so that you can see me playing my dulcimer. But there's a lot of people that join us with iPads, and it's kind of their only way to see the music is if I've shared the screen. So, oops, oi, technologies, be my guest here, be my friends tonight, please. There we go. That's what I wanted to do. So the first tune is Jolly Old St. Nicholas. If you are a noter player, or if you just want to play chords, that's fine. Be my guest. There, really the only measure that gives people a lot of any kind of trouble in this song is usually on the second line towards the end. And if you just, wanted to strum across as 101 for that measure, that's fine too. So here we go. This is in 2/4 timing. That's not a common timing, and it's kind of hard to count in. So let me give you the beat. I'm going to count 1, 2, 1, 2, and then we'll come in. Okay, and we'll try to play it about that slow. 1, 2, 1, 2. Go back to the beginning. All right, how was that for people? Thumbs up, okay? Yeah, when I said I was a slow jam, I meant this is a slow jam. We can pick up the speed on this one a little bit. One more time through. I'm going to unshare my screen so that people can flip around my... Well, first I'm going to pin me. And then you'll be able to see my dulcimer playing. Pin. Wahaha! I'm in Bower now. And change it to my dulcimer. Alright, so I'm going to pick up the speed a little bit. In case there's anyone who wants to try. If you are like truly a beginner and are falling behind on the speed, then just try to strum out the chords at the beginning of each measure to keep up. And that's perfectly fine, believe it or not. If you're in a jam, this is a really good practice to be in. Right? So again, I'm going to count 1, 2, 1, 2, and then we come in. 1, 2, 1, 2. A, B minor, F sharp minor, G, D, A, D, A, B minor, F sharp minor, G minor, D, A, D. Alright? And you notice I wasn't moving my fingers that much. I wasn't moving my hand, I was just trying to keep it as concise and efficient as possible. Alright, sound good? Does anyone have any questions about that song? I'm going to put my video, I'm going to unpin my video, and then maybe, there we go, I'll be able to see everybody. Yay! Anyone have any questions? All good? Alright. So let's move on. We have a lot of songs tonight, and frankly, I'm not sure I'm going to get to them all. We will get to as many as we can. The next song is... I want to share my screen again. Share. Okay. Turn that off and go back to my music application. The next song is Little Drummer Boy, and there's actually two versions of this song in the file share that I sent out. One is this version that is just the melody. And if you're a noter player, or if you're just playing melody, this is a great one to look at and have on hand. The other one is this one, which has some chords in it. And this has 2 pages. So for those of you who haven't been here before, I have a pedal that controls turning my pages. So when we get to the second page, you'll see it flip over. But yeah, Little Drummer Boy, or Carol of the Drum. This is in 4/4 timing. So I count 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we come in because there's no pickup measure. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. Rest. There's a long hold at the end of each one. Alright, so we have these really long holds at the end of each phrase. It's almost it's a 6-beat hold for most of it, and then there's a rest. And so what I would challenge you, for those who want a little challenge, I didn't mention this before, but there's people in all levels of, you know, that come to these. So I like to try and provide some challenges. So I would suggest trying to do a little improv on those long holds. Try to make it sound like a drum, right? Do something, or even just go back and forth between the bass string and the middle string. Or just to give you a little interest in those really long holds. So let's play this one again, and then I'll play it again once more with with the dulcimer picture on. But here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. off that chair. So you can see my dulcimer. Pin it up nice for those who like to see it on the recording. Oh, I guess I should maybe put the music up in front of me in a different location. All right. Okay, and I have got to see how to change the page over there. That'll be fun. Okay, well, we'll see. Okay, let's go over there and try this again. I'll try to pick up the pace a little bit. On your end, do whatever you feel is good for this song. Again, try to throw in some drumming, whatever. 1, 2, 3, 4. Messed up the timing. All right. And any questions about that one? Okay, we're gonna mosey on along. Yeah, let's see what the next song. Ooh, yes. Okay. If anyone has any like favorite that we definitely don't want to miss, now's, please at any point call it out, because it's a pretty impressively long list. So the next one I had on the list is Angels We Have Heard on High. And again, I had put 2 versions of that in the file share. This version, I know there's a couple of people that sometimes join that play only with a noter. So this is kind of easier to see if you're playing with a noter. The other version is this version by Ruth Randall, who has since passed away, which I like to play. Okay. Yeah, this is in 4/4 timing. There is no pickup, so I count 1, 2, 3, 4. And I try to do it the way we're going to play it, slowly. And then we come in after 4. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right back to the beginning. back. Sorry. Totally lost my place. Woohoo! This is the last ending. Woohoo! So if you are a little more advanced and want to challenge yourself, there is a few extra handwritten in zeros on this tab. So you could, it sounds really pretty when you add those in, right? You know, and the last ending is really pretty. Okay, so try to fit those in if you can. The other, whoops, woohoo! If you are trying to play chords, I can tell you this is often the place where folks get mixed up. And I'm sorry to say this, but my only really good advice is you have to know what's coming. You have to practice it and sort of memorize, if you can, those 3 measures for this song. And it makes it so much easier once you have done that. Yeah, I'm just doing that straight from memory. I'm not even looking at the music. So there's certain phrases in certain songs you might want to try and memorize for those reasons, because they come out of your fingers so much better. Alright, I'm going to turn off the share and play it once with my dulcimer showing. I hope. Oh, I gotta pin me so I'm big. Woohoo! Wish there was an easier way to do that. Okay, here we go. Again, I'll count to 4 for anyone who has the printed music out, and I'm going to go just probably the same speed. 1, 2, 3, 4. I didn't play exactly the ending exactly the way it is, because I was doing it from memory from a different version. Woohoo! Okay, sorry about that. Back on track. Any questions about that? Okay, just call it out if you do have a question. Alright, here we go. The next song on my list was Away in a Manger. Ooh, okay. Let's move on. Alright. So probably not in your version, but here, I'm going to make this a little bigger so that you can see it. I can see it. I haven't messed up anything. Alright. So it's important to point out, if you are playing and only want to play with a noter, then sometimes when you get music like this that has a lot of the notes on the middle string, you kind of have to figure out where that is in a different place on your dulcimer. And it has to be in proportion to the other notes. So the first note in this song is an A, which is at fret 4 on the dulcimer, on the DAD tuned dulcimer. That same A can be found at fret 11. So if you're playing with a noter, you can be way up high on your fretboard. Whoops. Right? So I've given you that first line, and I'm happy to share this with anyone who just shoots me an email and say, hey, can you send me that version that has the high melody notes on there? Having said that, this is a really beautiful song when played with your finger picking instead of with a pick, right? So, right? All right, what song am I playing? All right. Yeah. All right, I got it now. Whoa. All right, this is in 3/4 timing. There is a pickup note. So I will count 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and we shall come in together. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Back to the beginning. Ah, I'm making a mess of it. Stop. Woohoo. Sorry. My fingers were all tied up there. Let's try it again. I'll count 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and then we can come in unless anyone has a question or needs me to play it slower. All right, hearing none, let's go on. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. All right, I am gonna unshare. Oh, I'm still pinned. Woohoo! All right, so for a song that's like this, that's slow and low, really the most important thing you can do is just hold your fingers still on each note. That's going to give you the best tone. So, you know, you have only 3 strings, right? And so if you lift up a finger or move a finger, it's going to cause some different noise. So for a song like this that's so slow and so sweet, you just have to just do precision on your fretting hand and hold the note for as long as the note should be held for before moving to the next. Which means you have to make your transitions really quick. Okay, let's play it again. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Okay, any questions? No? Woo. It's a pretty song, and I, you know, I hope you work on it. If and
I had a question.
yes,
Uh, so you aren't strumming, you're actually plucking for
yes,
the, oh,
yes,
it's so
yes.
pretty.
Oh, thank you. So, yeah, let me show you again, just a quick thing what I do. So a lot of people, um, sorry, when they finger pick, okay, they will strum the chords, you know? And I find that okay, that works for some people, but for me it's been always easier to assign one finger to each string. So my on my left hand, on my strumming hand, my index finger is on the melody string always, my middle string is on the middle string always, and my ring finger on my left hand is always on the bass. And I pluck the strings. And sometimes I pluck them all at once, but sometimes I put a little arpeggio by plucking them slightly off, right? And it just depends on my feeling at the time and what I think. Like that's at the end of the phrase, so give it a little flourish. All right? Does that help answer your question?
Yes, thank you very much. It's beautiful. I love
Oh,
the sound of that.
thank you. It, as I say, it just took me a while and to practice that instead of the strumming across that a lot of people, a lot of finger pickers are doing.
I have a question. Hi, sorry I'm late.
Hi, that's my
Um,
friend Michelle that lives here in southern
down the
Vermont with
road.
me.
I hope you didn't lose power for too long a couple
Nope,
days ago.
nope, it
I'm
was good.
wondering, can you describe exactly what your fingering is, even just for the last four notes, the sleep on the hay? I had
Ah,
trouble getting my fingers around that fast enough to do anything. So,
right. Okay, so yeah, that's a tricky part. Yeah, just at the beginning, the 4 5 4, you have to have a finger to do the 6, right? So don't, that's that you got, right? For the last four, I'm using my thumb on the bass 3 and my middle and ring on the 1 1. And then I can pick the middle string and then bring my middle string finger up to 2, right? And then release it. Is that, you see that? Whoop.
how do you get from the 3 2 to the 2 3 0?
Oh yeah, so so I'm here, right, with my thumb and the one there. And then I just have to switch my hand around. That is kind of a tongue twister for your hand. And it really doesn't matter if you can also play it this way with your index finger on 3 if you can do the stretch.
So I was looking at my music, but not at your hand. So when you get to the very last 2 3 0, which finger is on which of those
Yes.
notes?
Whoops. I go back to my index and my middle on those two. And so there's
Index on the two on the bass string on the second
no,
fret.
I'm sorry. Index on the middle 3 and middle on the 2. That's confusing.
What?
Let
Okay.
me
Oh,
let me
I get it. Okay. So the 2 has your third finger, and the 3 has your
yeah.
pointer.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, thank
So that's
you.
one way to play it, is with your thumb on the 3 on the bass to start that phrase. The other way to play it, if you can do the stretch, is using your index finger on the 3 and middle and ring on the 1s. And that's going to depend on your hand and the length of your fretboard. Everybody has different. But that way is a little easier and less contortion. Do you see that? Okay? All right, cool. Anyone else? Questions, thoughts? Anyone else have a favorite song you absolutely want to get me to? It's after 5:30, so I said the list is long. All right, moving on. My list. Oh, the next song. So we're not actually going to play this whole song. This is "Oh Holy Night," and a person asked me to include this in our Zoom tonight, but more from a perspective of how do we actually start playing this song. This is by no means, don't freak out, this is not a beginner arrangement of this song, okay? This is a really, really, really beautiful arrangement, but it is, I would not consider this a beginner arrangement. It does come in 2 parts. There's 2 pages. This is also in 6/8 timing, right? So every measure has 6 beats, and the 8th note gets 1 beat, okay? So if you just look at the first few measures, that dotted quarter note is going to get 3 beats. And then the quarter note gets 2, and the 8th note gets 1. So I'm going to actually play the first phrase up until where you see the red line, and I'm going to count the beats, or try to at least. I did practice this, so I'm going to count the beats, and that gives you a sense of where you need to go. Oh, and also for my noter players, I've written in, you see there that one measure where you go up onto the middle string. I've written in there for you the melody string equivalents. All right, so I'm going to, as I say, the way to approach a song like this is to really work on your counting. So when I say count, this is 6/8, so I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's to begin us, but I'm going to continue counting that out loud so that you can hear and see how these notes are falling into place. Okay, here we go. 1, and I'm only going to go up to, you know, I don't know. At some point I'll stop, because it is a difficult piece, and I think it takes practice. So next time in December, I hope we'll be able to play it through. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Get ready. 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ah, I'm messing up that measure, aren't I? Going back to the beginning of that line, the 5, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wah. Okay, I'm calling it quits. Do folks see how to approach this song, okay, in terms of figuring out how the melody goes and then figuring out how your fingers are going to start making those notes? No? Yeah, sort of. Michelle's like, no, it's all Greek to me. All right. Again, with music, when you are learning a piece of music, it's helpful to understand how beat and rhythm combine, right? So beat is the steady 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that has to be steady. That has to be like all the time the same thing. And then once you get your leg moving, your head nodding, your body moving to that beat, then you can layer on top of that the rhythm or the melody of the song. Right? So that rhythm of the song has to go on top of that steady beat. Does that help, Michelle? Yeah, okay. All right.
It's a complicated tune that we all know, so
Yeah. So the other
trying
way,
to slow the brain down enough to actually get it on the rhythmic level is really challenging for me.
yeah. So the other way, when you know the words of a song, the other way is to sing it while you're trying to play it. And I'm a horrible singer, but let me demonstrate. Oh, holy night, the stars are brightly shining. It is the night of our dear Savior's birth. When you're singing the words, the verses, your brain is automatically doing the rhythm for you, right? So that helps get the rhythm out on your fingers. Okay? And I'm a horrible singer. I don't sing. So, as you all just witnessed. All right. Any other questions about this song? As I say, I think it's one that I would ask you to practice, even if you just practice the melody notes. That's all, the melody notes. Everybody knows this, I hope. Are the notes on the very bottom in this particular song. There's only a few places where those melody notes jump up to the middle string. And in almost all cases, you can find a corresponding melody string note. All right, let's move on. The next song is probably going to be new to a lot of people because it's also not just the Christmas season, but also the season of peace for many different religious practices. I like to throw in a few extra songs about peace. This is a song from the Baha'i faith tradition. This was written way back in 1908. It's called Sweet Peace. And yeah, it should be a challenge to most people here because you've never heard it before. Okay? But again, when you're trying to learn a new piece of music that you've never heard before, counting is your friend. Or a metronome is your friend. And we'll talk more about a metronome very soon, actually, in the next piece. All right, I'm going to count this in. This has a pickup note. So I'll count 1, 2, 3, 1, excuse me, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and then we come in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Back to the beginning. Hey, pretty piece, right? Alright, I'm going to play it once for the video. Whoops, if I can get it to share. Stop share. Woohoo! Yay. Thank you, technologies. Alright, I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and we come in again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Where am I? Took my eyes off the page. All right, I'm going to start that line over again. Sorry about that. So, for those of you that want to challenge, even with this song, there's some places where you can actually finger pick this. Right? Makes it prettier. It's up to you to put your own piece on that. All right, moving on. Unless anyone has questions about that song. The next song is Let There Be Peace on Earth. Now this song is not in the file share. And it's not in the file share because I was asked. Oh, okay, here we go. Let There Be Peace on Earth. This is an arrangement by Joe Collins. Again, one of the participants had asked me, can I please help them learn this song during these sessions? And so I said, okay, I'll try to do that. So Joe Collins is a great arranger, and he puts out a free tab every month. If you aren't getting it, I highly recommend you go to his website. There's actually 2 others, so when I send out the recording for this to the email list, I will actually share links to their websites where you can get free tab once a month. It's actually wonderful. So anyway, I originally contacted Joe Collins and said, hey, I have this thing. Can I share your arrangement? And he says, yeah, sure, but I'm not the people to give you that permission. You really need to get it from the copyright owner. And so he gave me their address, and I went ahead and contacted them, and they said, yeah, sure, happy if you email it to everybody, but please don't just don't put it on a public share. And so that's why it's not in the share. And also, I can tell you, you can use this music for your own personal use and play it as much as you want to play it for your own personal use. If you choose to record it, become a recording star with it, or play it out, you do need to ask the copyright owners for their permission to do that. They will likely give it to you. They just want to, keep a little bit of tab on what's going on with the music they made. And I'm happy to share anyone who emails me their email address, so you could ask them. All right, so one of the things that Joe Collins does when he does his arrangements, and I think this goes for everything, is you can see, let me turn that off. You can see that he's bolded some of the numbers in the tab. The numbers that are bolded are the actual melody notes. Right, so let there be peace on earth and let it begin with me. Okay, those are the melody notes. The other thing that happens in this song is that, like, if you see on the second line of the music, there's a big X in the measure. It's measure 7, 8, 9, measure 9 with the D chord above it. He does not want you playing straight across the strings on that. He wants you to try and hit as best you can a 5 on the middle string, an open bass, and not play the melody string at all. If you do hit it, it's okay, yeah. Alright, so one of the first things I had to do to figure this out was to figure out how my fingering was going to work. And if you see, I have in certain spots actually written down. Okay, get your ring finger up there, Lena. And then I can hit the 2 6.5s with my other fingers that are available. If I have an index finger on that 5 in that same measure we were looking at where the X is, it's gonna be really hard to get the 6 pluses. All right, does anyone have a question about that? All right, so that's one thing I had to do, and you'll see some of that as we go along. This actually has 3 pages, so you'll see some of that, and I'm happy to share this version, I think, if I can figure out how to do it, with anybody who wants a copy with my cryptic fingering notes on it. R stands for ring, I stands for index, T stands for thumb. All right, the other thing I do with this song, had to do with this song, is I use a metronome. Okay, don't hang up and run away. How many people do I still have, by the way? Okay, I said the word metronome. Okay, Yeah, sometimes it's really important to try and work a song out with the metronome. And if like this is just this is the speed I'm talking about. Okay, it's very slow. And this metronome, if you can hear it, has a different beat. Beep, doot, doot, beep, doot, doot. So it has a different beat for the beginning of the measure. So you know where you need to be. And if you don't like these beeps and boops in this kind of a metronome, then you can download metronomes for a smart device or get other metronomes where you can change. It can be a cymbal, it can be a flute, it can be a violin, it can be a bird chirp, whatever chirping noise that you like, that isn't going to drive you nuts. That's what you want to use for your metronome. But let's try this, see how far we get. At that rate, I'm going to turn the metronome on. And then I'm going to count one. At some point, I'm going to start counting 1, 2, 3. And I'll count, in this case, I'll count 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then we'll come in on this song. Here we go. One, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Ah! I didn't play that quite right. I keep going. We're on the bottom line. Two, 3, 1, 2, 3. Third line. Last line. Okay, almost there. 2, 3. Oops, sorry, I was wrong. Alright, I know, painfully slow. And I'm going to turn off the share for a second. I'm not even trying to play that through with my dulcimer. I just want to make sure people are still with me. And if they have questions about that song, it's a beautiful song. It's worth the effort. And as I said, a metronome is going to like really help you learn that song. Okay? And what I'm saying by that is practice each phrase as slow as you need to, even if you have to be at 40 beats per minute. And once you get that phrase, then ramp it up. Go up to 45 beats. Try it again. Go up to 50 beats. Try it again. Okay, the song doesn't go very fast, but that's the way. I suppose I should put my other camera on so you can see my silly face. That's the way that you learn a song that is that complicated and is that thoroughly and beautifully arranged. It's by the use of these tools. Having said that, once you know the tune, you throw the metronome away, okay? And you play the song from your heart, okay? And so then you're going to expand the timing a little bit and contract the timing a little bit. So you're not going to be on perfect timing, but you need to get to perfect timing first before you do that part. Any questions about that? No? Is it worth learning? Head shakes, thumbs up. Okay. All right. All right, moving on. The next song is a Thanksgiving tune. Wow. When do we ever have Thanksgiving tunes? Over the River. Let me get this music up. Woohoo. Screen. Start. Yay. Okay, we're getting there. What time do we have? Oh, just slightly after 6. Okay, now's the time to say if you really want to get to a song, because, and if I, come on, thank you. I need to get that away. All right. Over the River and Through the Woods. This is also in 6/8 timing. Woohoo! It's a little easier. The concept of 6/8 timing in this song is a little easier than in Oh Holy Night. This has 2 pages, so you'll see me flip. There is no pickup in the song, so I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we will come in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, so, yay, what I was talking about, playing by heart again. You know, once you get the timing down, once you get the song down, then you can mess with the timing. Ah! And I'm really messing with it. Alright? So we'll play this one through again with the share off so folks can see me playing it and what my fingers kind of look like. Yes.
Lina, I'm not sure if it's on my end. Are you trying to have us see you playing it and see the music? Because all I can see is the gallery and you playing. I mean, the gallery and you, but no music.
Oh, you guys couldn't see the music when I was playing it?
Well, I can't see it. I can't see it when you're playing, when you just show just yourself strumming.
Yes.
And all I'm seeing is all the other people.
Ah, so what, um,
You and all the other people. It's a gallery view.
okay.
Did you want to split screen?
I can't modify that on my end. You have to do that on your end. And
Okay.
choose which view you want, which is in the top right-hand corner of your Zoom screen. But
I
people,
think what I'm wondering is how do I see the music when
okay.
you are
So when I'm playing, when I'm just showing my dulcimer playing, I don't have the music share on because
okay.
that obliterates seeing my dulcimer. Okay.
Okay.
So I have to turn that off for when I'm showing my dulcimer. I'm sorry.
No problem.
All right. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to pin myself. Woo! Change my video. Oops, not that one. Change. I didn't want to. Come on. Technologies. Change my camera. Woohoo. I have two cameras. Got to manipulate two cameras. All right. So yeah, unfortunately, when there's no way to I mean, I'm just in such a small box. Well, let me try it. Let's try it. Shall we? It might be something you have to manipulate in the view. I am going to share this screen. Come on. Come on. Share screen. Thank you. Start. All right, yay. So I'm still pinned. My thing is still pinned. So you might have to change your view. So
I
you
like that. This looks good.
okay. Other people thumbs up or speak up if it really looks really bad. I think the recording is going to suffer, but all right, sorry about that, guys. All right, let's play this again. 1 2 3 4 5 6 and then we come in. 1 2 3 4 5 6. Yay! A Thanksgiving tune. Who knew? Alright, moving on. Oh, I didn't have to move from there. Where are we at now? Oh, bring a torch, Jeannette, Isabella. For my noter friends, I'm sorry. This one has some melody notes on the melody string. You can just like strum through a G chord or 3 on the that's the second to last measure on the second line of the music. There's a G chord. So if you're playing with a noter, just play the 3 fret there. Okay. This does not have a pickup measure, so we count 1 2 3 and then we come in. And I'm going to play this really slowly to begin with, but it is a fast tune. So, but let me play it very slowly to begin with. Again, I hope I haven't lost you playing too slowly. Is this speed okay for folks? I did say it was a slow jam. All right. 1, 2, 3. That didn't sound great. Last line. Two, three, one. Back to the beginning. Better. Does anyone want to see my fingering for that? Hearing none. I'm going to play it a little bit faster, a little bit up to tempo. This song is like, like the first word on the second line is run. This is like, hell, come on, we need to do stuff. Let's get going. All right. So let's try to bring it up to speed. If all you can do is play the chords at the beginning of the measure, just play the chords at the beginning of the measure and you're still playing a great song. And oh, by the way, if you sing with your dulcimer, you're only going to want to play the chords at the beginning of every measure. So that's the other way to approach this. All right. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Beautiful song, right? Question? Thoughts?
Yes, Nina. Lena, there's some numbers that are circled. What does that mean?
Yeah, good question. It might be they're optional, but I just play them. Okay, I don't know. This was an arrangement by Miss Ruth Randall. Unfortunately, Ruth passed about, 10 years ago maybe now. So we can't ask her what she meant by the circled notes. But yeah, if I had to guess, I'd say they were optional. But again, I like to play them because it gives interest to the song. That section of in that G chord on the second line, towards the end of the second line. It wouldn't sound the same if it was just, if it was just the G chords, right? Gives it a nice additional sound. Other questions about this song? All right. Ooh, the next song. Oh come, Emanuel. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger so that we can see it better on the screen. Okay. So, like Away in the Manger, this song has a lot of notes up on the melody string. And they also, this song, you want to put a lot of feeling into it. So you got to hold these notes. I like to tell people, once you put a finger down on a string, don't lift it up until you absolutely have to. And that allows that string to continue to ring with the note that you intend it to ring for. Okay, this is 4/4 timing. There is a pickup note, so I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, and then we come in. And this is a slow song, so we're going to play it even slower. All right, 1, 2, 3. Oh, I messed that up already, didn't I? 1, 2, 3. Back to the beginning. Oh, messed that up. Okay, so I just noticed something I was doing. So this song is all about touch, dynamics on your finger. You know, how hard you strike the string, and or if you're finger picking like me, how hard you pluck the string. But there's one thing I'm also doing is when we get to the third line where it's rejoice, rejoice, I'm doing the first pick, but I'm also doing a little bounce. You hear, I'm sort of lifting up my fingers to deaden that sound in between each of those chords. So let me show you what I mean. That's an exaggerated form, right? And I'm doing that on purpose because all of the rest of the song is these kind of long holds, right? Beautiful. So I just want to emphasize, rejoice, rejoice. And so I emphasize that by changing, I don't know what the fancy musical term is, but instead of holding that, I actually let it go a little bit. Does anyone have a question about that? Want to see that blown up in big, bright letters? And those are the kinds of things when you work on a song that you're going to pick for yourself of how you're going to articulate. That's you putting your own heart into the music. Alright? Questions? Want to play it one more time? Want to move on? We are getting late. Who gads? Somebody call out their favorite song we still have in the Bleak Midwinter. We haven't done Silent Night.
In the Bleak Midwinter, yay.
Okay. And then we'll do Silent Night to end the show. Alright, so if you are more advanced on In the Bleak Midwinter, you have 4 beat holds at the end of every line. Everybody see those. So put in some nice arpeggiated chords or something in there. Alright, there's no pickup. I count 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we come in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Get an arpeggio in there. Back to the beginning. Woohoo! Questions? Thoughts? That was actually at sort of normal tempo for that song. That was not slow. Does anyone want me to try and slow it down? Michelle, this was your song? You're good with it. Okay. Moving on. We've got 6 minutes left for the beautiful Silent Night. Barbara Gregory from the Ohio Firelands Dulcimer Con put this out. I've been playing this version of this song for close to 25 years. So I think, oh yeah, she wrote it, she did this in 1998. I very much appreciate it. So this song I do finger pick because it's just so much prettier that way. I'm going to try and play it slow. There is no pickup. This is in 3/4 time, so I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, and then we are going to come in. And if you want to, if you just want to play for the noter players, it's just on the melody line is all you need to play. If you're truly a true beginner, that's all you need to play. If you want to try to play the chords with me, please do. It's a beautiful version. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Back to the beginning. 1, 2, 3. Woohoo! Wow. Okay, we have gotten to the end. Woohoo! Of the time together. So
Thank
next,
you very much.
I hope that was helpful. Hopeful, helpful.
It was.
Very helpful. Thank you.
All right.
Beautiful.
So let me put my other camera on. I'm here the first Tuesday of every month. And in December we'll do these songs again. And then in January, I'll start a new collection of songs. So if anybody has any questions or has any suggestions, I'm happy to try and meet that for folks. And I will send out the video for this, a link to the video for this afterwards. And you know, I do. If you want to send me a tip, that's wonderful, because it does. Zoom costs some money, and sort of a couple of cameras and lights and stuff. That would be wonderful. But totally up to you. I totally get it. This is much more of me sharing with you, and a slow jam, and I just love doing it. So,
Thank you.
you're welcome.
Really
Very
appreciate
nice.
it.
Thank you.
So much, Lina.
All right.
Thank you very much.
If I don't get to see everybody,
Happy Thanksgiving.
thank you. You too. I was just
Happy
about to say,
Thanksgiving.
have a great holiday season.
you.
However you
you.
all do it. Find some peace between now and January. All
Thank
right.